A very good evening to all of you. Good evening to all the respected speakers who have joined us. So we are waiting for a few more minutes to start our export webinar. Let the YouTube audience join us. So today's topic of the webinar will be AI and coding education in school academics and everything we should know. Very good evening, everyone on the YouTube watching us live. I hope you all are very excited for this export webinar because we all are very excited and we are very happy to have all these speakers, the guest speakers, professional guest speakers who have joined us for this session. We will be starting shortly in just a minute till the time more audience join us on YouTube. Good morning. We have audience from Ghana also. Good morning. Good evening, Alok. Good morning, Arav. So we have people joining us from a lot of countries. That's so nice to see all the audience. All right, I guess we can start up with the session. Welcome everyone to the Talk with Expert webinar 2. First of all, I would like to introduce you guys to about Codavva. So Codavva 2022 is the biggest global AI and coding competition hosted annually by STEMpedia and its organizers. At an international level for students age group between 7 to 18 years old, where students come and make innovative projects in PictoBlox application, popularly known as the best platform to learn to code and AI. In PictoBlox application, they code with the destined purpose of making the world a better place to live, to making or the taking the future generation to the sustainable developed world. They get an opportunity to explore the exciting world of AI, coding, and robotics, with interactive activities and projects to develop critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication, the 4 C's of 21st century skills. Moving on, I would like to thank our sponsors and organizers. Our title sponsor as Motwani Jadeja Foundation, host STEMpedia and ArtPark, education sponsor Amazon Web Services, community partner Atal Innovation Mission, Tata ClassEdge, American Indian Foundation, SRF Foundation, education partner Coding and Robotics Education in Schools Scheme, Government of Goa, and Adani Foundation. An international co-host Apex Coding from Egypt, Robotana from Jordan, IoT Kids from Iraq, AI Azari from Algeria, EduStream and MET School of Dubai from UAE are a co-host from countries abroad. So now talking about Talk with the Expert webinar. So Talk with the Expert webinar is a series in which each week we invite global industry experts to share their expertise on a topic related to the field of education, AI, and coding. Today, the topic of today's expert webinar is AI and coding education in school academics and everything to know. I would like to introduce our professional speakers, Mr. Devendra Kuvelkar, Academic Officer, Project Management Unit, Coding and Robotics Education in School Scheme, Government of Goa. Goa has introduced coding and robotics in school curriculum via CHAOS scheme. He is an academic officer. Mr. Devendra has played an active role in implementation of this scheme. He is very well aware of the challenges faced by the students and teachers due to limited resources, and his aspiring words and experiences have surely motivated many teachers and students to overcome the hurdles. Then we have Viraj V ma'am, Education Coordinator at Adani Foundation. She is an education coordinator at Adani Foundation. She was the former vice principal accreditation coordinator at Adani Public School and academic coordinator at Adani Vidya Mandir, Badeshwar. Mr. Srijith Nair, Journal Manager, Learning Design at Tata ClassEdge. Mr. Srijith is a learning designer with 13 years of experience in EdTech space. He started his career as an online tutor, providing personalized tutoring programs for international students. He has been a part of core learning design team at Tata ClassEdge for last 10 years. That's so nice to hear all about our professional speakers. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Devendra sir to tell us more about himself and highlight the work done by the Coding and Robotics Education in School scheme, Government of Goa.
Thank you so much, Vivek. Before I begin, I would want to convey my sincere thanks for giving this opportunity, to be, before you and share our views, on behalf of Project Management Unit, which is established at Directorate of Technical Education, Government of Goa. So, how all this, coding and robotics education in school scheme has come into existence. So, as per NEP document, NEP 2020 document, if you refer to chapter number 4, it's clearly stated that an emphasis has to be laid on helping students acquire mathematical skills and computational thinking skills. So in line with that, Government of Goa in the month of May 2021, came up with this initiative, which is coding and robotics education in schools, targeting middle schools, middle level education in the schools, which means cater to the needs of class 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now, one of the prime objective and the vision of this scheme has been to help the students, acquire problem solving skills. Okay. And yes, and then so as to achieve this problem solving skills, there are other tools which are being introduced. Okay. So we have two different kinds of curriculum introduced. One is regular curriculum, which is mandatory for all the students of class 6th, 7th, and 8th. And there is another aspect to it, which is elective curriculum, which is been offered to those students who are interested in pursuing this elective curriculum. Now, in order to implement this elective curriculum, we have hired something called the Teach for Goa Fellows, who are B or ME or MSCs and MCAs, who are also then trained on the pedagogical aspects and who are now delivering the elective curriculum for students of class 6, 7th, and 8th, and we have launched it from 9th of January. Now, whereas as far as regular curriculum is concerned, this has been delivered by our existing computer teachers, and they have been trained on the content part of it, the delivery of the content part of it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Devendra sir, for your valuable for your valuable feedback. Now I would like to invite Viraj ma'am to tell us more about herself and the work done by the Adani Foundation. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vivek. Let me thank the initiative by Stempedia and Codeavour for inviting me for this event. And I'm sure this event is going to take a long way and it's going to supplement the coding and AI in the school curriculum. We at Adani Foundation have been using AI or have integrated Stempedia in various manners. Basically, we have our schools to get the adult lab, the ATL lab, wherein the children are practically using the STEMpedia. Also, we have AI as a subject in our CBSE schools. So, and the third most important venture which we are going to dive into is we are training our 36 teachers as master trainers in STEM leadership program by collaborating with NI and STEMASEC Foundation Singapore. So I'm fortunate to be coordinating and driving that leadership training, which will be 3 years long physical as well as virtual training. And all our 36 teachers would be master trainers in STEM leadership and to integrate STEM leadership in school. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for highlighting the amazing work done by the Adani Foundation. I would like to welcome Mr. Srijith sir to tell us more about himself and the work done by Tata ClassEdge. Over to you, Srijith sir.
Yeah, hi everyone. First of all, thank you, STEMpedia team, for organizing this event and giving us an opportunity to share our thoughts and hear others speak as well. So I have been working at Tata ClassEdge for almost a decade now, and Tata ClassEdge has been in the edtech space for more than 10 years. So we at Tata ClassEdge, our motto is to improve the educational systems and to bring in more experiential learning, improve the educational systems, and we partner with different schools. So what we do is we provide a structured curriculum. Along with that, we set up an infrastructure so that, and we facilitate teachers to become better at whatever they do. So I would like to hear more about what the audience has to say, what others have to say, and then we can take this conversation here.
Thank you so much, sir. All right. Thank you so much to all the panelists, to all the professional speakers to give a brief about their amazing work done towards the development of the society. Now, I would like to introduce our webinar moderator, Ms. Shruti. She is Education Program Manager at STEMpedia. Ms. Shruti, I would like you to invite you to please take it forward and start the panel discussion on the topic of AI and coding, education in school academics with our professional speakers. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vivek. Thanks a lot for the detailed introduction of all about our partners and, of course, about the webinar. I would again like to welcome and I would like to express my gratitude for you all these speakers and all the audience who are watching us on YouTube live. And I hope you all will be engaged with us. I'm talking about more on the audience that they will be engaged with us for another 1 hour. Hopefully they'll have inspirational takeaways with this panel discussion, because this panel discussion is all about the importance and impact of technology in the classroom and creating a benchmark for AI. So I would like to start with my first question to all of you, sir and ma'am, that how this coding is how important is this coding education in our school curriculum is, and what all are the resources which are available in the academics, in our school academics? Anyone can answer this. Raj ma'am, Srijit sir, Devendra sir.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Well, Shruti, coding is really very important. Basically, it is considered as the ability to solve problems, which is usually is a trait that is very useful for life. We all want our children to become excellent problem solvers so that they can overcome any adversity they face. So learning to code gives the child a chance to learn this type of skill while they are young, and it can help them to go a long way in life. This is one of the big reasons why I think coding is very important. Also, the present resources, which in terms of schools are the STEM curriculum, which India is coming up very well, basically, which involves more of integration across the subjects. Then we have robotics or introduction to AI as a subject, usage of AI in classroom teaching and learning practices, and basically to make it more palatable and to blend it well with the school academics, various trainings or even the handbooks, competitions and workshops are very easily available for educators, which could really accelerate the process of coding in school academics and in education.
Very well said, Viraj, ma'am. I would really appreciate your thoughts. And without problem solving, critical thinking skills, this like students can't do innovation at all. I definitely believe it. I would like to hear like your thoughts also, Devendra sir, Srijit sir, if you
Yes.
can. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I may say this on the basis of, what experience we had since the inception of this particular CARE scheme. Now it's abbreviated as CARES, which is Coding and Robotics Education in School scheme. So on the basis of that experience, I may share this here. Yes, it's very, very important, to have this coding education in, school system. There are many reasons, why it is, important. However, I would want to highlight some of them, as ma'am has already spoken about problem solving. This coding education gives our, kids a platform to develop, the problem solving skills. Now, when they develop these problem solving skills, what comes with that is also critical thinking skills. Okay, and then they also get to know, like, how to have a logical reasoning for everything that they do. So when they're doing this, we are again giving them opportunity to be creative. Now, not everything could be done by themselves. So now that is where they have to collaborate, right? And then when they collaborate, they develop communication skills. Very importantly, I would want to say that, this coding education makes them to be, resilient. Now, why I say this resilient? Because, when they do something, they fail. Yeah, and now this failure is not viewed as a failure. However, this is viewed as, one of the step towards, reaching to that success. And so this failure is not seen as a hurdle. And this is what we have actually experienced when we implemented this particular scheme across 435 different government and government aided schools, wherein we had more than 500 computer teachers. There was a challenge, like, to train them, okay, which we, successfully managed to do it. And yeah, now answering the second question, I mean, the second part of the question, what are the resources available? Now, there are a lot of resources available. Yeah, but what we've been trying out was games. We are, encouraging kids, to play those games and learn from those games. Two is those unplugged activities such as, puzzles, cards, etc. Then we switched on to those block-based programming tools and then text-based programming. So, there is a serious thought process going on, how to progress about introducing these things. Yeah.
Very well said, sir. And I'm totally aligning with your thoughts because, practice makes one perfect. And without, like, by having the experience of the coding, students will do the practice again and again and again. And even with the mathematics, students might get bored, but with the coding, like coding is the thing which makes them excited on the, to reach that level of excellence. So yeah, very well said, sir. I would like to hear Srijit sir as well, if you would like to add anything into it.
So I think my thinking is also in line with what others have said. So normally, when you hear this word coding, many people think of codes and syntaxes, right? And that's why people often misunderstand and fear coding because of those gibberish syntaxes. But if anyone has seen a block-based coding platform like Scratch or say PictoBlox for that case, you already know that coding is not just about syntaxes. It's essentially coding is about investigating a problem and then exploring logic to find a solution to that problem. And we all know how important problem solving and logical thinking skills are. So coding definitely plays a very important role in nurturing problem solving and logical thinking skills. So I feel coding right now is one of the most important aspects of learning, because, and you should not think coding as just a separate subject, right? And if you look at the NEP recommendations, NEP talks about not teaching subjects in silos, right? And we will definitely talk more about that in the later stage. So essentially, coming to the next question about what are the resources available, right? So I'm sure if you just do a Google search, you will find a lot of resources. There are plenty of resources. My personal favorites are one called Grasshopper and the other one called code.org. Obviously, both these platforms, they have a lot of activities. They basically gamify the entire learning elements. So that's something which I like about these platforms.
Right. And regarding the course and curriculum which are available in the school academics, I would also believe that there are various resources which are available. Open source also, government itself is doing a lot to enable the coding skills into the school academics. Like if you'll talk about the government school students, most of them are having the perception that I'm not having laptop, I'm not able to afford the mobile phone or the laptops, so how could I learn code? But for now there is no restriction about that you should have the laptop or the computer. You can just go to, like, you just have to have the mobile phone in your hand and the internet, and you can explore various open resources which are available. So with that, a student can learn code definitely. Yeah. So we are on the same page that yes, like various resources are available on in the school academics, and how important the coding is. So I'm moving towards the second part of our webinar, which is the AI. So I would like to hear again from all of you that how important is the artificial intelligence in our school curriculum, and how students are really learning it. Like, what is the way? Yeah. Anyone, sir, ma'am?
So, so I'm sure you must have heard about NEP 2020, how NEP emphasizes the importance of AI in school education. Right? So, and AI has been introduced in CBSE schools as an elective subject right from class 6. So, and it's not just about teaching AI as a skill subject. Right? So if you look at NEP, if you read NEP, it emphasizes on decompartmentalizing subjects. So what I mean by that is you should not teach subjects in silos. Right? NEP doesn't really differentiate between curricular, co-curricular, extracurricular subjects. There is no line as of now. So, and in fact, if you look at the CBSE website, you will find there are handbooks for teachers that have detailed lesson plans on how teachers can integrate other subjects like math, science, social science, and even languages, right? And how they can bring in AI in these subjects. So if you can get these handbooks free of cost from the CBSE website. And if you look at these handbooks, what you will realize is the focus is not on how to use different platforms. I mean, it's not on how to create AI modules. The focus is more on how you can use these AI modules and teach different subjects. For example, in one of the English lesson plans, students are encouraged to use a tool called as Inkle Writer, which is essentially a tool to create interactive stories. So AI in the school curriculum, it's not about creating AI modules or machine learning, because that's anyways is very, very difficult to do. It's about familiarizing students to AI so that they can use AI in different domains. Right? For example, these days, if you look at the most popular AI platform, that's the one called ChatGPT, right? It has created a lot of buzz. Now, if you want to get a decent answer from ChatGPT, you have to give the right prompt. Right? If your prompt is bad, the response or the answer from AI will be lackluster. So I think effective writing prompts will be a critical skill in future. That's something which everyone should know. So what I'm trying to say or establish is that the aim of the AI curriculum in school is to forge AI readiness among students. And that's what we should aim for.
Right, right, sir. Absolutely, absolutely right. And I'm literally aligning with your thoughts here as well. And I would like Devendra sir to you to pitch in on this and express your thoughts as well on this. Yeah. What
Yeah,
is
so
Goa government exactly doing for AI and how it is implementing in these schools? This is what I want to hear from you. Yeah.
yeah, so I completely agree with Srijit sir on this. Okay, because when you speak of this AI, that could be that could serve as a tool or a platform, to the students' choice to implement and experiment with their ideas. Okay, which also means like they have to solve the problems and then again collaborate. Ultimately it boils down to this two terms: solving problems and collaborating. Yeah, and this also ensures that their all-round development is achieved. Now, and with this, you're making them future ready, so that they would cater to the needs of the demands of the 21st century. Now, as sir has also talked about, it's not about a subject. Now, students' learning is not restricted to a particular subject. However, it is achieved through multiple subjects which they are learning. Maybe they are in standard 6 or 7th and 8th. They are learning multiple subjects. However, it paves a way for a multidisciplinary learning. So now, when we introduced this curriculum, okay, we had this concept of lesson plans. So let's say there were 30 lesson plans spread across an academic year. Now, this lesson plan would pose a particular problem. Now, these problems are derived from some of the subject, like subject like maths, subject like science. So that is how we are trying to, strike a connect and a link between these different subjects. If I have to answer the second part of the question again, like how exactly the students are learning. Yes, we have upgraded our existing computer labs, which we are now terming as ICT labs. And what has been done over there is like computing devices are being supplied, so that now they are made available for the use of all the students. So it's not like you are giving a laptop to a particular student. So it's about you are developing a lab so that students would make the best use of it. So that is one of the initiative we have we have done. Another way of the students learning is definitely online resources. There are plenty of them. Okay, but we are seriously contemplating on making these maker spaces available to the students and even the experiential centers. Okay, that is there in the pipeline. So yeah, this is how they can learn AI in much better fashion. Yeah.
Right. So without a practice, without having the physical experience, nothing is possible to any of the student. And I think the educators and our superiors also have to ensure this, that there should be a kind of lab where students can tinker and innovate with the help of coding skills which they can learn, and do the with the help of the artificial intelligence concepts, they can innovate as much as they can think, I believe. Viraj ma'am, you would like to add anything into it? We would love to hear you. Yeah.
Yes, Shruti, like as my co-speakers have mentioned very rightly, just moving more towards the multidisciplinary issue. Basically, see, the world is changing very fast, specifically post-pandemic. The dependence on technology is at peak. For everything, we use the AI tools and all. And hence, we need to balance the curriculum and reduce the gap between the curriculum and daily life implications. So AI will be playing a very pivotal role in upcoming times to change the curriculum as a whole. Basically, when we go to traditional system of teaching, then suppose there is one topic of crop production in science, then it was just restricted to whatever the framework which was assigned there. Now, with the AI type of teaching curriculum or technique, it is going to weave across the topic, across the subjects, meaning vertical and horizontal weaving of the subject or the topic is going to take place. Suppose for English, the same topic could be taken up as the discussion on strategies of improving the food production in the country, wherein we will be number one in population. We are going to even leave China behind when you talk about population, and hence we require a lot of food for the country. It could be done using the Google Story Speaker. Then for science, the same topic could be to get higher yields. Geography could be how to deal with the climate change because we are again very facing the global warming and all the weather changes very regularly. It could be, yes, again done using the natural language processing. Mathematics could be done on to research on how we have to increase the yield and what is the ratio of the increase over the years. So basically, AI, if I go to see in a very crisp, I would say that it is going to be more hands-on approach in classroom rather than the just traditional method of chalk talk teaching. And it is basically again revolving around multidisciplinary integrated pedagogical approach to further enhance the teaching learning process in the classroom.
Very well said, ma'am. And yeah, so artificial intelligence is literally crucial, and it is very important for the student to learn if they, would like to face the technology, like upcoming technology, and when they want to, if they want to really achieve something in the future, in terms of IT field. And even I'm not restricted my thoughts towards the IT only. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in the every domain. Artificial intelligence and the coding is everywhere, I believe. And by having, like, in my perception, by having these, like, the 21st, latest 21st century skills, like everywhere we face the challenges, sort of challenges. And like there are challenges which are existing, I believe, that in the artificial intelligence learning also and coding also, for the educators and for the students. So Devin sir, I would like to hear from you, like what all are the challenges like student kids and literally are facing on ground in terms of artificial intelligence, in terms of learning of artificial intelligence and coding, and how they can overcome, like how they can overcome, or how educators can overcome on that. Devin sir, you are on mute. Yeah.
Yeah. So the challenges in teaching artificial intelligence, right?
Yeah.
So I would want to answer this question, in the form of 3 points. Yeah. First one, which we strongly felt was that, there is lack of awareness towards the importance of artificial intelligence and coding, and and the failure to recognize its presence around us. Okay. So because there is this conception, like this AI and coding is meant for only a specific group of professionals. However, it is so untrue, because it has the potential to cater to the needs of all individuals from a wide variety of backgrounds. Now that is what we have to realize first. So we have to spread that awareness. So that is one of the challenge. Two is about human resource. So now, when you speak about human resource, okay, and you talk about teachers who are supposed to be delivering this content, yeah. Now, are they trained? That is very important. So usually it has been seen like there is no, or very low rate of trained teachers towards the delivery of the content. That's one. And again, two is the pedagogical aspects of delivering the content. Though they know the content, now do they know how to deliver the content? That's also very, very important. Now, third aspect is the infrastructure. Do we have the infrastructure available with us so as to implement, this artificial intelligence curriculum? That's third. So if I have to propose some solutions, then, if there are no trained teachers, yes, we can put in all the efforts to train them. We hire some resources from the, field of artificial intelligence and coding, and we train them. That's one. However, the pedagogy part of it, is a challenge, because the needs of the different kids, and I mean, each of the kids would have a different need.
Right.
And we will have to, understand the needs of a particular kid, and accordingly, we will have to cater to the needs. Coming to the infrastructure part of it, yes, we can definitely overcome it. Like, we can have some initiatives like CSRs. Even, I have seen in some of the schools, wherein the management or the, head of the schools would approach their alumni, okay, and request to provide the necessary infrastructure. And that's how the labs are set up. You can also partner with some agencies, who can offer their expertise and their infrastructure for the use of the students and for the betterment of the society. Though there are challenges here, we do accept there are challenges, but there are also, solutions. And that's all about coding, right? We have these problems and we strive to get the solutions for those problems. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So you talked about the challenge and you have told about the solution as well. And wherever the challenge exists, every single aspect of it, there is an existing solution. You just have to find out. That's the thing. If the students find that learning AI and coding is the challenge, so again, there is a solution. There is a various methods with that they can learn. And there are resources which are available. And I would literally believe, Devendra sir, on your thought that we can, if there is no infrastructure, we can build the infrastructure. We can integrate the infrastructure to the schools, to the areas where a student want to learn. So resources is something which one can ensure from their end, and the learning aspects always comes into the parallel of it. So I believe on it. So Viraj ma'am, would you like to add on it, like whatever sir has said?
I'll just be quickly adding on two things. One biggest challenge which we are facing is the student-teacher ratio, as well as the stereotype or the set mindset of parents to be able to accept the new trend of AI or coding. The solutions which could be offered are very rightly said by Mr. Devin, that we could take initiatives from CSR, or even we could partner with certain institutes. Even we could have some mobile vans which could be AI equipped and could be going across schools. We could bring awareness amongst the parents, and I would say Codavva like activities or competitions are could be doing a very great role in order to overcome these challenges in teaching the artificial intelligences. And last but not the least, most important is to train the teachers and make them ready to take up AI and coding in school.
Very well said, ma'am. Yeah. Srijith sir, you would like to add anything into it?
Yeah, so my thoughts resonate with both my speakers. So it's so one of the big challenges is, of course, the infrastructure and teacher training. But when it comes to resources, I feel there are a lot of resources available online. It's just that they are very scattered. So it's a bit of a challenge to hunt for these resources. That's one of the big problems. Like, for example, if you want to search for an AI module, it's very difficult to find upfront. But there is an AI module even for Scratch. It's called as face sensing, I believe. So, but you don't see it upfront in Scratch. So you have to hunt for it, right? So educators will have to search and research so that they can use these AI modules. Although coding modules are fairly easy to find, AI modules are a bit difficult to find these days online. And I think this is where edtech companies play a very important role. They make the life of a teacher a bit easier. They provide structured curriculum so that teachers don't have to hunt for them. So that's one of the additional solutions that I wanted to prescribe over here.
I'm aligning on it. So like a PictoBlox.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it gives a platform where a student can learn coding and simultaneously they can explore about artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc. Python coding is something which makes PictoBlox easy for the student to learn within some months. While if you'll compare the like online resources, there are the content is available which students has to go through it, learn it, and then implement it, which is quite tough. But here by having the kind of like playing with PictoBlox makes a student can learn easy, like one can learn easily about Python and other things as well. So yeah. So I would like to put my next question to Viraj ma'am. Like, what is the major role, ma'am, AI and coding plays in the area of innovation?
Uh, I would say, Shruti, that AI and coding are the heart of innovation these days because artificial intelligence is permeating the length and breadth of the world in which we live today. Our young generation is witnessing many uses of AI every day. While Google manages our mail accounts, it also makes suggestions of what words we use to respond to given email, or even the pop-ups and reminders. Facebook helps us not only to connect with friends, but also can tell us the priorities or personal needs. Today, what we witness as smart parking spaces or car, they are also powered device to support households in simple tasks. All the domains of life, from medicine to manufacturing of national security and defense, or anything you see, space missions and all, to get to Mars or to get other planets, to collect various data. All this couldn't be done without the AI or coding playing its part. So I would suggest that it is very essential for students of today to study this domain to understand and later be able to expand this knowledge in their own interest and in the interest of human beings.
Truly said, ma'am. And the very well said line was the AI and coding is the heart of education. So innovation, sorry, yeah. So it is the heart of innovation. I would totally believe today's generation and upcoming generation are relying on coding and AI a lot. And COVID teaches us a lot. Globally, COVID teaches us a lot that what is literally coding and how important coding is and how important AI is for the living. So, any add-ons, Devendra sir, Srijit sir, you would like to add anything into it?
Yeah, so I strongly believe that this AI coding, it encourages an individual to develop an inquisitive mind. Okay, and I would want to cite a very simple example. Let's say I am driving a car and I see an obstacle right in front of me. Now, what comes to my mind is like what I should do, what I should not do. So, if there is an obstacle right ahead of me, I strongly believe that I shouldn't bump into it, right? Why should I not do it? Is because I may damage myself or I may damage my car. So these are two questions now: what and why. Now, having known what and why, it paves a way for me to talk about how. And when you get the answer for that how, that leads to the innovation. So yeah, so AI coding encourages all these thought processes. Okay, so the whole focus then shifts on why. Okay, and in the end, you would have a mechanism like how to achieve it, and that's what is innovation according to me. Yeah.
And I believe also that coding and AI, improves improves one, like people are able to think a lot with the help of this coding and AI. So, to have the correct usage of a brain, like one should learn about AI and coding, especially our students, our coming generation,
Yeah.
who can change the world.
Yeah. If I may please add, if I may please
Yeah,
add to this.
sure.
Now it also enables, people, to think and rethink and to play with the data. When I play with the data, it means like, read the data, process the data, analyze the data. Finally, you get some resulting insights, so which can then be used to improve this, decision making process.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So as I said, that correct use of brain. So if you'll think, you'll innovate, and there should be a correct decision making as well. So yeah, that's how it is important is. Srijit, sir, you would like to add anything to it?
Yeah, so when this question is asked, like, what is the role of AI in the area of innovation? I interpret it in two ways. Obviously, there's a direct interpretation, like what is the role of AI in promoting innovation among students? And I think that question was beautifully answered by others. Right. Another interpretation is what role AI plays in innovation in a general sense. And that is actually a bit alarming question. Because if you see the way AI is evolving, AI like DALI and JPT, it seems many of the entry-level jobs will be taken away from humans in the near future. So for us to be relevant, I think we should all have to upskill. So mediocrity is something which may will not be tolerated in the near future, right? Because AI will obviously do all the mediocre tasks. So in a way, AI will force us to be innovative. So that's what I feel.
It's true. It's true. Totally true. Great. Well said, sir. So, Srijit, sir, I would like to ask my next question to you. Like, in today's generation, in our like traditional education system, like students are literally expecting the guidance from their teachers on each and every step. So, what advice you would like to give to them so that they can explore things and work on the minimal guidance?
Um, well, I think students have that innate curiosity within themselves, right, to try out new things. It's just that in most cases, the learning environment and the strategy is such that more focus is given on instructions, and students are just expected to follow the instructions. So I believe in the constructivist approach to learning, which is quite effective, especially when teachers are not under the pressure of completing portion. Right. So in the constructivist approach, the focus is less on instruction and more on how students perceive that instruction. Right. So as an educator, our role should be asking the right questions and guiding students to find their own answers. So obviously in this approach, students will make mistakes, but then again, that's how humans learn. Right? So my advice to students is to first of all recognize that it's okay to make mistakes, right? And that's in general life sense, it's okay to fail early as long as you're failing early and failing cheap. So it's okay to make mistakes even in student life as long as there is some mechanism that gives you feedback, and that is very important. It's absolutely fine to go wrong, but you should know where you have gone wrong. So thankfully, these days, there are platforms, there are simulations available, but students can just tinker around with parameters and they can discover the effect of changing parameters. So my advice to students is to reflect on what they learn. And that is a very important thing. They should always reflect on what they have learned. If they have any doubts, obviously there are teachers around them to help them with their doubts. But reflection is very important to learning. Reflection is the key to learning. So that's my advice to all the younger generation.
I think we should give the simultaneously message to our educators also that don't expect the perfection from the student. Let student makes mistake a lot, as much as they can. And if educators make their student free for the tinkering, for AI, for coding, for other lab equipments which are available in their infrastructure. So that would be the time when the student would be able to innovate and to create something new. And of course, they will not be on the back of the teacher for each and every aspects. Like, to make the students free is the mantra which one educator can also believe. Devin sir, you would like to add anything to it?
Yeah, I fully align, with the thought process of Sir Srijit. Just few additions to that. Okay. Yeah, definitely, student should take charge of their own learning, by being very curious, by being inquisitive, and being self-motivated. And, they should learn by doing. That's one thing that they can do, you know. To the extent possible, the students should observe things around them, and they have to relate the observations to what they have learned in the past. So that would also encourage some sort of learning in them. Another thing that I would want to add is, as sir has already spoken about, it's about feedback. When we say, like, the student has to take charge of their own learning, that doesn't mean that they have to learn independently all the time. However, they have to be constantly seeking feedback, and reflect back upon, like, what are the things that they can improve upon. Now, while doing this, okay, there has to be a very clear focus and direction. Now, teachers or the mentors can only guide them to reach their ultimate goal. Yeah.
Right. Rightly said, sir. Yeah. So it's literally important to make these students, free from for the tinkering, for the coding aspects. Viraj, ma'am, you would like to add anything to it? Ma'am, you are on mute. Yeah.
Usually what happens is when we go to the traditional school or any school system as such, today's mindset is such that a child is very active in terms of co-curricular activities till maybe primary classes, class 6. Then the certain focus when he or she reaches adolescence, the focus obviously drifts away to many other attractions. Also, more of peer pressure and parental pressure in terms of academics also is very high at that time. So what I would suggest is that when we are moving towards or when we are taking plunge and we are changing the workforce or the job demands or type of jobs also may change in the next few years. So for a child or for a person to succeed, I would advise the students specifically to literally proactively participate in the co-curricular activities, even in when they are in the secondary and senior secondary classes, because and to even participate more actively in all the activities like group discussions, debates, which are usually happening in the school, and in the integrated projects, which will help the child to learn the skill sets which are required further in their future jobs. So this inactiveness or not showing that inclination in all co-curricular activities in the school will not help the child to further focus towards the problem solving skills.
Correctly mentioned, ma'am. But so far, what I observed with my experiences, like on ground, the situation is like currently students are ready to learn the coding, AI, everything. But teachers and educators are still not supporting them with the equipments, with the kind of the exposure, because they are still more focusing on the academics, on the core academics, which is physics, science, maths, the regular academics. But still they are not focusing on that the coding and AI, how it is important and how much it is important. So any thought of yours, ma'am, to the educators, to our educators, to play, to make these coding and AI the equal importance, if possible, for the, like, as much as they are giving the importance to the school curriculum, the similar kind of importance there should be there for AI and coding as well.
See, Shruti, for that, what I would suggest is that any transition, it is very difficult to imbibe. So first, as an educator, they will have to believe in the curriculum which is being proposed as an integrated curriculum. Point number two is we will have to have rigorous training for the educators and for the teachers to in order to understand the need of AI or coding in the present education system. And third, even the school leaders will have to have the curriculum designed such that it gets integrated, it gets soaked in the regular curriculum. So everything, see, it should not be seen as a extra thing apart from curriculum. Once it is getting weaved in the curriculum as a whole, then I don't see any thing which will not allow the educators or will not encourage AI in the regular teaching learning process.
Rightly mentioned, ma'am. And we would also together believe that educators and our students should have the mindset after this webinar that what is the importance of AI and coding is, and they have to implement this in their curriculum as much as they can, and innovate something with the help of these skills. So my next question would be to all of you is like how coding and AI competitions like this Codeavour 2022 encourage our kids to explore AI and coding and to learn the future skills.
Yeah, so if I may answer this question, no.
Yeah, please, sir. Please, would be happy to hear.
Yeah, so the competitions like Codavva, okay, certainly provides a platform to the kids so that they can express themselves and their learnings. It also gives them an opportunity to challenge themselves, and then test their skills in a very fun and engaging environment. It also allows them to explore their creativity and collaborate with others, exchange of knowledge and experience that will definitely help them in future. And also very importantly, I strongly believe that it gives them an opportunity to be better than what they were yesterday. It gives them an opportunity to have their newer version every day. And that's how this entire learning happens through these competitions. And looking at those participants at the competition, others are also motivated and they also would want to be part of that entire revolution. Yeah.
Right. So by having these skills, and having the regular practice on these concepts, the students should have the competitiveness also in their mindset, in their regular activities as well. And for that competitiveness, I literally believe on it that Codeavour 2022 like competitions should be there for the students who can literally help these students to learn the future skills. Srijit, sir, you would like to add anything to it?
Yeah, first of all, I'm glad that sir mentioned about competition as a platform where you can benchmark against yourself. Right? Because I personally don't see competition as a race, but it's more like an event that assesses your skills and gives you feedback. Right? So Codeavour is a great platform where obviously children can showcase their projects, they can gain feedback, and feedback is obviously important for growth. Right? But it's not just a platform where children just show their coding skills. Right? I think this is a platform where they have to articulate their ideas. So these competitions, they build coding skills, but they also build confidence and communication skills, which are equally important. And I think these competitions are a very fun way of assessments. Right? And obviously, when you started, you said there are people from all over the world. So I'm super excited to see Codeavour happening at a global level. So kudos to all of you.
Thanks a lot, sir, Srijit sir. Students must be excited. Live, our YouTube audience, we must be excited to hear about it because they are literally excited to submit their prototypes, and few of them have already submitted it. So maybe I really believe on it that students will be coming up new innovative ideas, and they will have something very meaningful after this webinar to take away from it. Viraj, ma'am, you would like to add anything?
First of all, I would want to congratulate Stempedia to organize events like Codavva, which is helping to generate interest, encourage, and explore coding and AI among students. I think this initiative is very crucial in order to leverage the talent children possess in a right direction. Not only this, such competitions will also help to break the stereotype, assumptions, and mindset of parents and students. Because we as educator, we are in the field and we know the implications or the usage of AI and coding, which a normal layman may not be aware of. So such competitions usually help to accelerate the new pedagogical changes and make it more acceptable to people as large. So kudos to the team.
Kudos to all our students, our educators who are helping them a lot to innovate their prototypes, and whatever they are doing in Codeavour 2022, it's really great. And moving forward towards having the more insights about Codeavour 2022, I would like to welcome again Mr. Vivek to present about the whole details about Codeavour 2022, which students can grasp, students and our educators can grasp on it. And I am really thankful for Srijit sir, to Devendra sir, to Viraj ma'am, for all your insightful thoughts. And hopefully students and educators will be having some more a learningful experience after this webinar. Yeah. Over to you, Vivek.
Thank you so much, Shruti ma'am. Thank you so much to all of the participants that are here present right now, as well as all of the professional speakers that joined us. So this was, I would say, a really successful webinar because the way that every one of the professional speakers who have joined us today, everyone, the way they explained how AI and robotics and coding, how important they are right now, because they are like the necessary skills of 21st century that students should have. And teachers should also focus on, imparting those skills in the students so that students learn something new, students create something new, innovate something. So as Mr. Srijit sir mentioned that Codeavour is not a race, competitions are not race, they are actually the platform by which students sharp their knowledge, sharp their skills, and test themselves actually. So Codeavour is also just like that. Codeavour competition is the biggest online AI and coding competition hosted by STEMpedia and its organizers and collaborators. So it is hosted annually, and this is the 4th edition of Codeavour, that is Codeavour 2022, in which we encourage children to bring out their inner programmer to showcase their talent. Inner programming doesn't mean that students have to be a top-notch programmer, a tech-savvy person to make projects. No, we are providing them each and every learning resources that help the student not to just brush up, to actually sharpen their coding interest. So Codeavour main aim is to make the students not just getting used to those 21st century skills, the technological skills, but also to develop the interest in coding, in AI, robotics, and develop that the 4 C's that we were talking about in the starting of that the 4 C's like critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication. So we also, ask students to make something innovative that actually solves a real world problem, because there are so many problems the world is facing currently right now, whether it be farmers, whether it be industries, whether it be healthcare, whether it be all around our surroundings. So a lot of problems kids are facing, and these problems can be solved with the help of the 21st century technological skills. So Codeavour competition not only focus on the competition with 90 plus countries with more than 3 lakh plus students, but it focuses on how exactly student is solving that problem and, taking that generation, the new generation, the upcoming generation to the path of sustained developed world. So yeah, that is what Codavor is all about, to make the students more sensitive toward the development of the world. So as I agree with all of the panelists here, Mr. Devendra sir, Mr. Srijith sir, and Mr. Viraj ma'am, that it's very true that competitions are very necessary for the students to actually test their own skills. Because when the students are into the academics only, they have a lot of pressure of academics, like I have to score good, I have to do this, I have to do good in maths. And they forget that these skills are out there, which actually are way important. Not, I would say not way important, but I would say equally important as the academic is. Because these skills, they actually, test themselves, these skills make them have that innovative mindset that is required these days. Okay, moving forward. So I would like to tell you guys about Codavor 2021, all of the YouTube audience. So Codavor 2021 was the one of the best successful competition, in which the theme was to make a place with AI and programming, in which there were 3 age groups participating: 7 to 10 years old, 11 to 14 years old, and 15 to 18 years old. So I would like to play one short little video, which will give you the glimpse of Codavor 2021.
Codeavour is competitive, fun experience, challenge,
amazing,
innovative,
challenging.
It's really awesome, interesting,
It was amazing experience.
incredible opportunity,
beautiful competition that I can learn new things,
unimaginably and enjoyable.
learn me very things about artificial intelligence and machine learning.
It's really good to learn something new.
This competition gave me a very good opportunity to showcase my coding interest.
That is my great experience and great learning participating in this.
Codeavour is fantastic competition.
Excellent.
It's a wonderful competition.
Challenging.
Easily learn programming platform. Really.
Fever. Please take one tablet out of the meal, once in the morning and once in the evening.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdurrahman.
Hello everyone, my name is Samriddhi.
So our project has decided to ensure his safety on roads and will notify his family, police and the ambulance. The ambulance arrive immediately.
I am Sandra.
Let's start. It's food. It's metal. It's plastic.
Hi, I'm Lee.
Hi everyone, my name is Vihan.
Changes on Earth is now added. Please show your book into the camera. Set crew is now added.
Please concentrate on driving. Wake up! Please concentrate on driving.
Hello, my name is Abdurrahman.
Good. Bad.
Hello, I am Ang. Hello, I'm Ik.
I'm Rose Heavy.
I'm Abdullah here.
And I'm Jod Akkad.
Hello, I am Ganesh.
Alexa.
Hi, how I can help you?
Open the window.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Hala Abbara.
My leg is broken. This is the result. It is obvious that's broken.
Hello, my name is Amira.
Mike.
Yes.
Tell me the time.
16 hours 39 minutes.
My name is Madina Chaubir.
hope you all got a glimpse of Codeavour 2021. So in Codeavour 2021, we had more than 1 lakh teams, students participated. We had around 69,000 plus teams who participated from 68 plus countries. We had 5,000 plus teams who were from underprivileged area. We provided them training as well as doubt solving session as well. We had 25 boot camps, and we had 80 plus winners from 16 countries. So that was about Codeavour 2021. Introducing Codeavour 2022 International. So I would like to thank the organizers and collaborators. So in Codeavour 2022, we have 5 themes on which the student have to pick one of the theme and have to make an innovative project on that. So the 5 themes are, the first is save the environment, in which student have to focus on how a student can use the technological skills to save the flora and fauna of the planet Earth. The second theme is strengthen the health infrastructure, in which students have to, create something innovative that helps the nurses and the doctor. As you were able to see in the glimpse of Codeavour 2021, students made, one of the students made Dector robot, which was one of the most innovative project that I have seen in Codeavour series. So that doctor is, storing the data of each and every patient and what was the last medicine to given that was given to that patient. You can see that, you don't have the limit with the PictoBlox application. You don't have the limit with the Codeavour competition. You can be as much innovative as you want to. So yeah, this is a theme of the second theme of Codeavour competition. Then the third is revolutionize the agriculture. As most of you will be knowing, that agriculture is one of the main occupation of India. We export and import a lot of crops. Mostly we export the spices that are very popular. So what we want is the students to be sensitive toward how these technological skills can be used to help farmers, because farmers throughout the year, they start the harvesting and the irrigation and all the process. Throughout that process, farmers face a lot of issues, a lot of problems. Earlier, farmers used to do everything manually, but now we have machines. Now we have AI machines also in the field of agriculture, by which farmers use those machines to automate that whole work. So what we want is kids to focus on that also, that how they think agriculture can be revolutionized with the help of AI. Then we have the automate the surroundings. So nowadays you must be knowing that everything around us is like automated. I can, by just one voice command, I can get the lights turned off or on. That is something that we normally see nowadays. It's like very common. It's like Aladdin, like we used to imagine like, okay, how can a robot can follow the voice commands and control the whole light system. My grandparents, they still don't get that. It fascinates them that, oh, how it can control everything in the house. So therefore we want the kids also to innovate something by which they can automate the surrounding. So I would like to just mention one thing, that last year, one of the student, he made a water irrigation system. So he used to live in another state in India, and his grandparents used to live in another state. His grandparents love nature. So he made that water irrigation system with the help of PictoBlox application that will check the dryness or the moisture level of the plant and water the plant accordingly. So you can see that how kids innovate something with block-based coding to automate the surrounding. Then the fifth theme is make smart transportation system. The biggest example that I give for this theme is the Tesla cars. They are very, very famous for their autopilot mode. They will take the passengers from one place to the destination without anyone driving. They can drive themselves for around 3 hours. So that is something that we also never imagined like few years back. So nowadays, transportation is also using AI and ML. We have the newest trains that are coming up, the newest metros that are coming up that uses the AI and ML algorithms in them. So therefore, what we want in these 5 themes is we want the students to use PictoBlox application to make some innovative projects. on any one of these themes, and they can submit that project for Codeavour competition. Now, moving forward to some of the contest guidelines. So this year also we have divided the Codeavour competition in 3 age groups. We have elementary for students aged between 7 to 10 years old. Then we have junior, 11 to 14 years old, and then senior, 15 to 18 years old. Now, basically, a lot of students ask that, sir, if I'm 7-year-old and there is one person who's 18-year-old, how will be classified? Therefore, we have divided the competition in age groups. And the one more thing that I want to mention, we don't judge anyone on the basis of their age. We don't judge anyone on the basis of how what elements they have used in their project. We judge them on the innovative idea they are representing that solves a real world problem, and that falls under one of the theme that I have mentioned. So one of the contest guidelines, that is the team size can be 1 only or 2 maximum. So either if someone wants to participate as one-man army, good to go. And if they want to participate with one of their friends, that is good to go too. So now coming to what exactly students can make after choosing their theme and making their teams, now coming to what exactly they can make. So students can make a hardware-based project, they can make storytelling project, they can make games, they can make AI/ML project. So all of these categories, they can combine them as well. It is totally up to them. Last year, we had a lot of students who won the competition, and they combined these categories to make something more innovative. Last year, there were students who made the hardware-based AI and ML project. So I just want to say that you don't have the limit. You have, like everything, every resources we will be providing you. We have the learning resources for you guys that are there on the website, and you can access those learning resources to learn more about hardware, to learn more about how AI and ML projects can be made, how storytelling projects can be made, and how you can make innovative games. So last year, one of the students who won, Almira, her name was, she won the prize, and she made that Squid Game. So one of the most popular series on Netflix, she made that game using AI. So you can see that student can innovate and they can create wonders with the help of this competition. So this is just a gateway for them to, in this innovation area. Now, how can students participate? So students can participate by clicking on the link. We will be sharing the link in the chat box as well. They can register themselves directly going on the Codeavour official website. And once they register, all they have to do is access to the learning resources that are free of cost on the website, and they will be able to sharpen their skills and submit their project. So as the deadline is coming close, the deadline is 10th of February 2023, the last date to submit your project. So I request all of the YouTube audience that have joined us today live, I want you all to start finalizing your project and start submitting it. We also have YouTube videos which will help you guys to understand how exactly you can make your project video and how exactly you can submit your project. So do watch those videos to understand all of the steps in detail. Then we will be announcing the winners on 28th February 2023. Now, this year, I would like to mention that Codeavour competition is not just going bigger in the terms of participation, awards and prizes, but we also are going to have national level events. So that is something I'm very excited about. We are going to have the national level events in Bangalore, India, Dubai, UAE, and Luxor, Egypt. More details will be coming up, but in these national level event, we will be inviting all of the winners and top performers to Bangalore, India. The winners and top performers of India will be invited to Bangalore, India, in which they will be having the opportunity to interact with the industry level experts. They will be having the opportunity to showcase their innovative project with all of the higher level authorities that will be joining us on that event. So that is something that we all are looking forward to. I guess Shruti ma'am and everyone else from the STEMpedia team, as well as our panelists, are looking forward to those innovative creations. Coming to awards and prizes, of course, the one who is putting a lot of efforts needs to be recognized as well. Therefore, this year we have the cash prize of $1,000 for the winners, For the first runner-up, we have $600 cash prize. And for the second runner-up, we have $300 cash prize. But wait, that's not it. We have more than 60 plus cash prize in a total worth of 20. That we have a lot of cash prizes for all of the students. We have consolation prizes, out of the box idea prize. Even we have prizes for the best teacher coordinator as well. So this was about the awards and prizes. Now coming to what are the benefits and why students should participate in Codavva. So at this particular age group, students will be getting the international level exposure. They will be not just competing with each other, but they will be actually competing with themselves too. So that is the most, I would say, the biggest opportunity for the students to test their own skills. They will be having the chance to win the exciting national level prizes. Even they will be having a chance, if they are one of the winner or top performer, we will be inviting them to the national level event as well. They will be earning the participation certificate of an international level coding competition. They will be getting the access to the free learning resources that will help them to sharpen their AI, coding, and robotics skills. They will be getting the access to the AI and coding sessions that we have given to a lot of schools. We have given it physically as well as virtually too. They will be having the access to the doubt session that take place every day from 6 to 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Then we will be having the expert webinars, just like this one. We have Mr. Devendra sir, Srijith sir, and Viraj ma'am with us, the industry level experts, who will be talking about how AI and robotics and coding is important for the students as well as the upcoming generation. We will be also looking forward to work on the best innovative ideas that will be submitted for Codeavour 2022. And the most thing that I'm very happy to tell you guys, that it will make you sensitive towards the development of the world, because that is what this competition is all about. How the technology can be used to make the world a sustained, developed world. All right. So this year, we are expecting more than 3 lakh plus students to participate in Codeavour 2022 from 1,000 plus schools. 90 plus countries are going to register, and we are going to have 1 lakh plus teams. So this is the expected reach. That is why, once again, I want to say, we mentioned that yes, Codeavour is going way bigger in terms of awards and prizes, national level events, as well as the expected reach. Now, I would like to tell you guys few points about Codeavour competition. And so we have some questions on the YouTube live. That is something that I would like to take up. Yes, PictoBlox is the AI, one of the most popular AI and coding applications. So yeah. Okay, there was one more question, that how PictoBlox is different than Scratch. So PictoBlox offers a lot of extensions, AI extensions, as well as PictoBlox has its own ML environment. So PictoBlox is therefore one of the most popular coding and AI platform. Okay, so I have one more question, actually 2 more questions for the panelists who are joining us here. One of the question is, what is the message that you would like to give the educators for enabling these skills of AI and coding in the school academics and preparing the students for the future? Starting with Viraj ma'am.
I'll just have to tell the educators only one thing, that sharpen your edges. Sharpening your edges for AI and coding will definitely make them a very good teacher, and obviously the students are going to shine well. Thank you.
Exactly, ma'am. All right, Srijith sir, would you like to add on a few points here?
Yeah, sure. So I will be just repeating myself. So to make it more crisp, what I want to convey is that when educators focus on assessments, they should understand that assessments can be for learning and it can be assessments of learning. Right. So traditionally, when we look at assessments, we always consider as something to evaluate performance, right? That is assessment of learning. But you don't have to limit assessments to just being assessments of learning. It could be assessments for learning. So what do I mean by assessments for learning? Like simple things like this Codavva activity, the projects that you do, the storytelling, the discussions that happens. These are all examples of assessments for learning. These are assessments which aid learning. So try to use more these assessments, more kind of these assessments for learning in your sessions. That will definitely make your sessions more interesting and fruitful. So that's my message to all the educators.
Thank you so much, Srijith sir. I really agree with your point. Devendra sir, please, would you like to add few points here? What message would you like to give to the educators?
Educators, yeah. So the educators, okay, should be playing the role of a facilitator, and they should also be the motivators. Okay, and they should be guiding the students, okay, to reach the predefined the goal and the objective. That's more of it.
Yes, Devendra, I totally agree with you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so just to add to that, okay, our educators are to be empowered first, and then they should take the ownership of what they are doing. Now, why am I saying this? Is because now when we thought of revamping our existing curriculum and coming up with a new curriculum, entirely new curriculum, now that's where we brought our existing teachers, we empowered them through our resource persons, design the curriculum, and then we told them, like, now you have to take it forward, you have to take the ownership of it. So
Totally
it's not teaching, it's more of learning over there.
Yeah, totally agree with you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable points here, sir. So one of the questions that arise from the student as well, that what advice would you like to give them to prepare themselves for the new age technologies that are coming up, like AI, coding, in order to prepare themselves for the future? And Devendra sir, we would like to hear your viewpoints first.
Devendra sir. I may be reiterating the same thing, yes, but the emphasis should be on the self-learning. And when they learn, okay, when they acquire this knowledge, they should be sharing their learnings unconditionally. That's very important. They have to share their learnings unconditionally. So and also they should be adaptable and accommodative. Now, why I'm saying this, you shouldn't be restricting your scope, or you shouldn't be attached to a particular programming tool or a specific programming tool. You shouldn't be doing that, because considering that the technology is advancing at a much faster pace, we cannot afford to stick to a particular programming tool. Rather than, we should be focusing more on honing our skills. And also, like, when you see a problem, okay, apply the computational things, concepts over there, wherein you decompose it. Any bigger problem, you decompose it and get some smaller problems, try to get a solution to those smaller problems, and then finally you compose it. So this is what I have to say.
Thank you so much, Devendra. So I totally agree that if you break those big problems, you will have small little problems, and you will find that hurdle more, shorter, or having a shorter time span. So kids will be like, okay, it's easy. It's like they will be pushed towards that. So yeah, I really agree with you that on that, sir. Viraj ma'am, would you like to add few points that how you think students should be empowered for the new age technologies?
Vivek, basically, I'm repeating one thing, that students need to be more proactive in whatever activities they are doing or are done in the school program. Also, they should focus more for learning for life than just to learn for the examinations. So each and every instructions which are been given to them by their teachers, they should be religiously following it and should be participating in academics as well as co-curricular activities and even the competitions like Codavva. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I agree with you that these co-curricular activities actually give students a really good hold on to the new technologies that are coming up. So Srijith sir, I would really like to hear your viewpoints on this.
So I feel AI readiness will happen organically, considering how popular AI platforms are these days. Like I mentioned earlier, the ability to ask or give the right prompts to the AI to get a desirable response is quite an essential skill that, and this is something which students will pick up over the period of time. So my advice to students is it's not just about learning some content, it's also about understanding how learning works. So they should be able to learn how to learn. That is a very important skill that students should acquire. So my advice is nothing new. It's the same old trusted advice that don't rely on rote learning. Think, reflect, and apply, because that will help you develop the skills that will always remain relevant, even if AI takes over.
That's so true, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of the audience who have joined us on YouTube. I hope you all have answered all of your questions. And yeah, thank you so much to all of the panelists who have joined us, Srijith sir, Devendra sir, Viraj ma'am, for sharing your valuable experience with us, as well as how you think AI and coding is very necessary in the new era. So with that, I would like to thank everyone for joining us. Thank you so much, Shruti ma'am. You were a great moderator, and you have taken things in the panel discussion really well. And thank you so much for the professional speakers who have joined us. All three of you have done a great job. Thank you so much. Even I feel motivated. Even I feel that, yes, I have to go more towards technology, but also follow that traditional path as well, as Srijith sir mentioned. So I'm very happy, and this comes to an end, that the second talk with experts session comes to an end, and I'm really grateful that everyone who have joined us on the YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you in the next session. Thank you, everyone. So yeah, like to take a nice selfie. So if it will be great, Ayush sir, if you are there, please turn on your camera. Yes, Ayush sir. Thank you, sir. All right. I will really appreciate if everyone gives a big smile, and we will click a nice selfie. Are you sure you turned off your camera? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this meeting. We are looking forward to some amazing creations from the students in the Codavva 2022. I would like to propose students to please start finalizing your project and start submitting as soon as possible. And we are all here, the STEMpedia team and the Codavva team, to give you guys all the constant support. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.